they're outrageous. And each and every one of you...
Answering your question, I'm saying...
Division called, ring the bells please.
G'day, Robin here again, another week in Parliament. It's been an interesting week because as we run down towards the end of the year, everybody's getting a little bit fractious. So we've had debate and argument in the chamber about he said, she said stuff, being a bit frustrating in that regard. Been asking some fairly good questions in relation to fracking inquiry, which is obviously now up and running, and quite clearly the government have got problems because they're not engaging with the communities that are concerned about fracking, and so we've been pushing the government on this. The fracking inquiry up and running, even though we don't think it as rigorous as it should be. I'd encourage everybody to get on the web, look for the inquiry, make sure that they make a submission. The more submissions that come in, the more evidence the government has, hopefully the more respect they will pay to the people who make the submissions. Also, the final week to get your submissions in onto the Burrup inquiry into what should be looked at in terms of protecting the rock art into the future from industrial emissions. Also, we've had the announcement by the government that they're going to cancel the Buru State Agreement Act. This has been a negotiated position between Buru and the government. What will be the outcome in the end of the fracking proposals that the Buru State Agreement Act covered in the Canning Basin, we're not quite sure. We're going to be looking into this in great detail, but quite clearly it frees up the development of Canning Basin in terms of the fracking permits to make sure that it is now covered by the government's moratorium. Next week we're extending sitting time to enable us to deal with the passage of a number of bits of legislation. Hopefully, as long as we get through all of that next week, we'll be then going for our Christmas break. I've still got some work to do, committee work on the end of life choices. That committee will go on running until the middle of next year, when hopefully we will report to Parliament on what we've determined. Anyway, it's goodbye from me and it's goodbye from him. All the best. See you next week.